Hello everyone, welcome to the class. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jessica, and today we are doodling,
We're doodling and journaling.
journaling,
And with the arch and
stenciling,
olive.
stamping.
Yeah.
With arch and olive.
These are so pretty.
They are.
So pretty.
They really are.
It was hard to choose which ones we wanted
Yeah.
to work in. They're all so pretty.
Well, and they're the type of journal that just feel nice.
Yeah.
Like they have that quality feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I know we've...
What size is yours?
I want to say A5.
A5.
And is yours B5?
Mine is the B5.
So yeah, you can see the size difference.
Yeah.
So mine's more like your normal journal size, and yours is like your
a little bit
larger.
bigger.
And then there's also it's like this tall but skinny.
Yeah, it's like the traveler's size. Is that what it's called? I forget.
Know.
And then there's a square one too.
Oh yeah.
That one's cool.
Yeah.
So lots of different sizes, a lot of different prints.
And they have the different patterns, and like mine has like a canvas feel or like fabric feel, where yours is more like a leather feel. So yeah, and they have bookmarks and these little stretchy bands and
little charms
on
so
them.
Cute.
So they're really pretty and they're nice. Cute. And then also with the Archer and Olive line, there's more stuff than even what we got out too. But there's these acrylograph pens, so they're like acrylic paint pens, and we've been playing with these.
We'll be playing with those today.
Yeah, they're really nice. And then we have some stickers and washi.
A little bit of everything. Stencils, stamps, ink, watercolors. Because, bullet journals or planners, you don't have to stay with just pens and pencils. Stickers. You can do everything.
Yeah, that's what these journals, because they have the thicker pages. So, yeah, you can do acrylic painting, you can do watercolor painting, you could do gouache.
Oh, yeah, gouache would be good.
Gouache would be really good in these. Because they'd get a little more of that opaque feel on them. But, yeah.
All right.
So,
let's
just get started.
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's show the pens while they're right here. So they come in a really nice box and like this whole holder thing, and there's a blending palette on this side, directions for use and some other tips and things, and then there's one.
Yeah, we're missing
a few, but then they're all just in this nice little encasement.
They come with a few extra nibs. So we grabbed the smaller nibs pens. These are the 0.7 millimeters, but there's also a little bit thicker one if you're doing larger areas that you could use. And like I was saying, these are paint pens, so they paint on opaque.
And you can layer them on. So let your first layer dry.
I started layering. I don't know if you can see, but I went over the leaves to add the veins on there.
Pretty? And the colors are so pretty. What was that?
It's one of the fall sets.
And really, you can use it whenever. Just go for the colors. Don't go for the name.
Well, that's why we went for this set, because
I really like these
there's some pastels in here that you can use for spring.
Really nice plum.
There's really nice deep red and greens that you can use for winter.
Yeah, it's deeper.
And then of course, fall is good. So yeah, pick out the colors you like.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they say fall or spring or whatever it says. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Okay. What should we start with first?
I don't know.
I have a lot of things, a lot of ideas in my head.
Yeah, I've got a couple things that I got a little pre-planned to do.
It's just so white and pretty. And
they have the grid dots.
Yeah.
So they're just
perfect for making your lines and or not lines. You don't have to do lines.
Just doodle away.
Yeah, you can use it for whatever. It doesn't have to be a bullet journal or planner. You could use it as a doodle notebook or just drawing. Watercolors. With watercolors, though, I would not use too much water.
Yeah, keep it more dry.
Keep it a little bit drier, but it still does work.
So to use these pens, you give them a good shake every time before you use them, and then these are ones where you have to get the ink to start flowing to the tip. You have to do this more when you're just when they're brand new. So now that we've used them a little bit, I don't have to do it as much, but you just work on your blending palette and just dab it up and down until your ink starts to flow. This one came with a nice, it's not white, it's got a little cream to it. But, so I'm going to use this, and then I traced out these circles, and I just found different circle things. So like this is the outside of this, or this is the inside of it. So I just found some circles, and then I colored them in using these pens. You can also like layer on top of these pens, so I went over these circles a few times to make them this dark. But then I was going to doodle on top of them. So I'm going to take the white pen and doodle on top.
I like that. Yeah, you can layer on.
So yeah, you can see how...
Ooh, that looks really nice.
Right?
Love it. Stop giving me more ideas. I'm going to start with a like year at a glance kind of spread on this side. So I'll have like all my months over here. And I'm doing that with stamps because I'm not writing out a bunch of different numbers. So Catherine Pooler has this really nice stamp set. And then on this side will be kind of like a pretty floral stamp that I'm going to watercolor. So I'm going to start with that side first so that it can dry.
Okay. Because these, mix and match with your products that you have. Like this is a Pink Fresh stamp.
Pink Fresh stamp, Catherine Pooler ink.
Yeah.
You use what you have. They don't have to all be the same brand.
Yeah.
I like this because it's like a juicier ink, and the black is permanent and great with watercolors and stuff. So getting that nice and inked up. And I put washi tape here because I'm going to write in there the year 2023. I have to think really hard what year we're in. So I'm just kind of like going to write it there after this is dry.
Yeah, and this is our first class of 2023.
This is our first class.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah.
I'm writing that date. Yeah. So I'm going to stamp this kind of in the middle of my page. And hope for the best. Not exactly even. I should have put something under here. Okay. That's okay.
But you can see how that's turning out so far. It's just like little doodles. I might go over this with the white, like on the leaves. I might go over it again once it's dry. It doesn't take that long for these to dry, maybe 30 seconds, and they should be completely dry. If it's a smaller area, I don't even think it needs that long, but I'll give it a minute just to be safe. And the cool thing with Archer and Olive, well, they have a lot of inspiration.
Oh yeah.
And they're like really pretty, but they're things like doodling and keeping track of things for like mental health, creativity and all that. So it's like you don't always have to make really pretty things, but it's just to get going with it and create something.
Yeah.
And I think just creating is good for your mental
your
well-being,
health, your brain, your everything. Yeah. I don't love how this stamps, so to the next page we go.
Well, I was also gonna show, if you don't like a page, how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So I think after I finish this page, because this is such a pretty journal that you want it to be nice. I mean, not every page is gonna be that nice, but yeah. So I wanted to show how to hide a mistake page.
There we go. I need to just make this flatter.
Yeah.
Do the pens have refill colors? No,
I don't think so.
No.
They are pretty nice pens. I've used a handful of paint pens. These are one of the nicer of paint pens that I've used.
They're really nice.
And they come in such pretty colors. That's the thing with using paint pens. Like, a lot of times they're the primary colors.
Oh, yeah.
where it's like, that's
I don't want primary.
not...
I don't always feel like mixing or
Yeah.
trying to, yeah. I like the softer colors,
the more
plums
muted
and like,
and
yeah.
the richer and the jewel tones.
Jewel tones, yeah, I think that's what I usually go for.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is stamped better. I'm going to now watercolor this. I'm gonna do kind of like a loose watercolor, meaning I'm not trying to be perfect in the lines. I'm just loosely doing these florals with some pinks. I'm using Prima watercolors. You can use whatever you have. Archer and Olive, they do have watercolor sets too that are really pretty. But these were closer to me, so I'm using these. And keeping it, yeah, water is on there, but not like too much.
No.
So I'm gonna do some like kind of pinks and yellows in my florals here.
So do you guys do any doodling?
Yeah, doodling, drawing, bullet journaling.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you do any of that?
So much really cool inspiration for bullet journaling and doodling and all that. I don't do a ton of doodling.
I want to get better at doodling.
Yeah.
Like, it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Just to kind of doodle something, but then I want it to like look cute.
I
not
know.
like spend all this time like, ew. What am I gonna do with that now?
Yeah.
So,
or
I need to get more practice.
What I like with bullet journaling is you do your practice doodling, but it's also like it has a function.
Yeah, I do like that. It's pretty and functional.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's keeping track of things or
to-do lists.
To-dos and all that.
Bucket lists.
Yeah.
There's so many different things. I haven't doodled in a while. Yeah. Maybe it's time to start in the new year. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to open the, what do I have? Woodlands. I have Complexion and Woodlands from Prima opened. Just because I like the green in this one. And I'm just kind of very lightly going over my petals and stems in a very loose way, not trying to be perfect, not staying in any lines. And I might add some darker parts.
Or like this one, so I smudged my leaf over here. I'm just going to add back with this white color. And then because I smudged outside the line, I'm just going to grab that green that I used and just
there
go
you go.
over it.
Perfect.
And you really don't even know. When I'm doing things like this, I always like to have a white pen. Just to cover up anything. Actually, when I was coloring this circle, I don't know why, but I just went zoop, and I went way out the line here. Just like as I just but you can't even tell because I took the white marker.
Yeah.
White paint marker and it's gone.
It's gone.
So yeah, if you're scared of doodling because of that,
just keep a white marker.
Just keep a white marker. Yeah.
Okay. Very quick florals. And then I'm going to splatter a little pink on there too. Not too wet of a splatter. A drier splatter. As dry as you can get it to actually splatter.
Alright. So I'm done with that, and actually I don't even think it needs a second coat.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, that's just like quick little doodles, colored in circles. You could even first paint these circles. You could watercolor paint them or gouache or whatever. I want to make sure they're nice and dry before I flip the page. But, so I'll show you. I wanted to do some ink blending and doodling. So even if you're not a doodler, just grab a stencil and doodle with it. So I did ink blending and then I just traced around some of the shapes with the pen. But I had just re-inked that ink pad, and I think it was too juicy.
And it did go through a little bit.
So it bled through a little bit.
Most of the time, though, it has
Yeah.
not. Like, none of my pages have bled through.
But, so I was
Maybe
thinking I
just
could
the
just
ink.
use this one actually was a Vicky Booten stamp that I started coloring in just as practice. But I don't really like this page, so I'm gonna get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. Yeah.
And I do this a lot with when I'm trying to have like a prettier journal.
Mm-hmm.
I use cherry tape. And I just do a good job using up all the tape, and I'll cut it off over here. And I'll just do this all the way across using the worst scissors. I need to get new scissors.
No.
Sizzix has some really nice ones that I want to get.
Yeah.
Because
We
they
have like
suck.
the most awful scissors, and they're all like covered in paint and glue, and
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of fresh edge on that.
yeah. Okay. I have a stencil. I don't know if you can see that. I have a stencil on here. This is a Catherine Pooler stencil. These boxes that are very handy, and I'm going to outline all my boxes, and those will be the months of the year. So super simple. I don't have to like keep moving a box around or anything. It's just one sheet, which that's what I like. Making sure this is lined up. Because once I get started, I don't want to move this. Now when I was practicing, I was using lighter paint, which that wasn't showing up super a lot. I could do, I don't know, they're all so pretty.
Yeah.
I could do this nice green.
I really like
I do
that
really
color.
like this color.
It's like a muted green.
Yeah.
Or it's almost like a gray green.
Yeah, gray green. Yeah, let's see that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna outline that with this, and then my like titles, my months, I'll do probably in that plumish color, that deep purple. It's really pretty. So all I'm doing is outlining. Super easy.
Usually when I'm taping things, I do not do this clean of a job, but because I really want this page to just disappear, I'm making it really nice and taking extra time. So yeah, this is a pretty good technique, and then it just feels like a little bit thicker page, but you really I really don't notice the difference. I did this a lot in my other like bullet journal type book.
Mm-hmm. And you don't notice.
And I really don't notice, especially because the cherry tape goes all the way to the edge, so there's no chance of like the pages starting to split apart. It just feels like one page. And I love this hack.
Perfect.
Because mistakes are gonna happen.
They're gonna happen.
You're gonna make some ugly things.
Gonna make some uglies.
Yeah. Or even if it's not too bad, or sometimes you just don't want to fix it.
Yeah. Like my stamp. It's
Yeah.
not stamped very clearly, and I'm like, eh.
So yeah, I mean, you could fix it. You
it.
could fix it.
I could do something with that, but I don't feel like doing that right now, so I just turn the page.
You could also just paint over that area and then doodle over it. Like use some gouache.
Oh
and
yeah,
that
that'd be good.
would just cover it
Maybe
up.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed a line. Whoops.
But I just wanted to show this because I like it.
Did I get him all?
Or like if anything does bleed over and it's like over the whole page or anything like that. Okay. So now that's all ready to go. You can see how it's like a full sheet of cherry tape. This is where the 2-inch cherry tape really comes in handy.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to peel it off. Say goodbye to the moth. I mean, I didn't mind the moth. The moth was okay, but he's going away.
Oh no, my stamp went under here a little
Oh.
bit. Whoop.
Oh, yeah.
This
That's
washi
what.
tape is too thin, I think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you could just use white paint pen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I should just like, I could like paint over it.
Yeah.
Something.
Or the.
Like white paint?
Yeah. Yeah, white paint. Some white acrylic paint. Okay, so now that I've got my page done, I went over the edges and any extra edge of the cherry tape that I had, I just curled it up so it's not sticking out.
Hmm.
I mean, I already cut it pretty close, but I just want it to be sure. Okay, so like that, and then I'm just gonna close my book on it.
Oh, just close it. Smush
Yeah,
it.
I found that's easier than trying to line up the pages.
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
Just close the book on it. Give it a good press. And now, yeah, you really can't even tell.
Nice.
Like if you're just flipping through this,
Mm-hmm.
it just flips. Like yeah, it's a little bit thicker of a page, but who doesn't like the feeling of a nice thick page?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I would recommend doing it with cherry tape instead of wet glue because wet glue can make your pages a little warpy, and that would have to be a lot of glue to cover it thoroughly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I recommend 2-inch cherry tape.
Yep. So here are my nice squares that are perfectly straight. I can't draw straight, so I need stencils to help me out. And now I'm going to go in and stamp my dates in here. And I have to look at my calendar to know which months start on which day. Or which days start on which days of the week. I don't know.
Next, I'm going to doodle some snowflakes. And doodling things like snowflakes is pretty easy in a bullet journal because it has these squares that you can keep track of how long each thing is.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then you can count and make sure that they're all the same length. So I started with 6 like lines, and then I'm just going to draw some snowflake things.
Cute.
I'll draw a circle in the middle and some little pokey things on the edge. And I'm doing this first in pencil.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't worry too much about this being a perfect snowflake or anything like that.
Okay. I gotta do November. It has no 31, so I'm gonna try to like. Is there a stamp? I'm trying to see if there's one without a 31.
Or maybe you need maybe more like this tape.
Oh yeah, like
That it's thicker. That might be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's what I have so far with my doodled snowflake.
Cute.
And then I'm going to trace around my pencil marks with a fine liner. And again, I'm not being super precise.
So I'm gonna put down some washi tape here to make sure I don't stamp that 31. Well, I didn't get my 24 or 25. I'll just write those in.
Yeah. Oh.
So it did work.
Yeah.
But it worked too well. So I'm just gonna take a black pen and we'll just write those in and no one will know.
Yeah. And when you're like up close and doodling or stamping and whatever, it seems like a big deal. But at the end, when you've got your finished thing, it's really not.
It's not that, yeah.
You don't even notice it when you're done.
Yep.
Or flipping through it later on or anything like that.
What am I on? Let's see, let's try April. Why can't all the months just have 30 days? Or just 31? Okay. Trying this again. Maybe I should just put the washi tape on the stamp.
Or you could clean off the ink on the stamp.
Yeah. I tried that.
Oh.
Well, I didn't like clean it like a ton.
Yeah.
These are dot grid. Yeah, these are the Archer and Olive notebooks. So you can do whatever you want in them. Bullet journal, plan, doodle, paint. I am doing a like year at a glance kind of thing.
And I'm just doodling. Right now I'm making snowflake. So here's my snowflake so far. I started by just penciling where my snowflake was, and then I used a fine liner to trace around where I'm penciling, so it gives you a nice outlined look, which seems hard to do, but you're really just tracing your pencil lines. So it's not hard.
I'm trying to cover up my 31 for April. And this is way more complicated than...
By the end of the year, though, you're going to be so good at that.
I'm so good at it.
Okay, now that I have it all fully traced, I want to make sure it's dry.
Oh, there. See, that worked.
Yeah. So just tape it on there.
Tape it on here. All right. Testing this out for you guys so you don't have to make my mistakes. Okay.
So there's my snowflake. It's definitely not perfect, but it's cute.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And now to give it a little extra, I'm going to trace around it with a light blue Tombow pen. I did try this with alcohol marker, and it does bleed through the page.
Oh, the alcohol one's
And
fine.
actually, I was gonna say, if this was like my doubled page, that would be fine. But yeah, so alcohol markers bleed through your page, but the Tombow ones don't at all.
Or the acrylograph.
Yeah.
They don't bleed. Unless you're using them like really hard.
Well, that's what I did with these circles. I went pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I didn't go at all.
Yeah. Okay, trying to get all the ink off my hands. Yeah, Tina, they're really pretty. This is the one that I have. This is the A5 size. Wait, no. I have the B5 size. This is the largest one. And then Jess has the A5 size.
Yeah.
So.
And there's so many colors and designs
and then there's
so
like a smaller traveler kind of size.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a square size. And then they have all the different designs. They're so pretty. Had a really hard time picking this out, but I've been looking at this one since we got this in forever ago.
That's the same.
I've been eyeing it. I'm like,
Yeah, so you should be able to find one that just fits you.
Yeah.
Fits your personality.
Okay. February, 28 days. What's the little like poem thing that you say to remember the days?
Oh.
Isn't there something?
I just do the knuckle thing.
The knuckles, yeah.
It's like, oh man, January. I don't know. My mom says it.
I don't know that.
Has some berries. I don't know. If you guys know the poem.
Yeah, there's some kind of poem. Or you just look at your phone to see how many days.
Or your knuckles. I like the knuckle trick.
Oh, it's so very. Oh, I had to check. It's not a leap year. Okay. Good.
So there's what it looks like with my light blue outline. And now I'm going to, because I didn't do like super fine detail outline, I'm just going to grab my white acrylic pen, and anywhere that I over-colored, I'm just going to paint over.
May has 31 days.
Is that the song?
No. I'm just... It's just easier to stamp because I don't have to cover it up.
Then I'll add some snowdrops here and there. I'm just going to draw some circles with my marker. And then I'm going to draw a little bit smaller with my black, so they have the same look as my snowdrop. And then I'm going to take my white paint pen and draw some dots in the middle, so they're white in the middle, just like my snowflake, my big snowflake. So from here, I could add more doodles.
This is going to be August.
And really fill in this page. Some dots.
Can you imagine having to write all these? Ooh. That'd be a lot of numbers.
There is the grid dot though, so it wouldn't be terrible.
Knowing me though.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
That's why I like stamps.
See, on this, I could see one more snowflake over, like big snowflake over here. And then I could fill in the area a little more with the small snowflake. And then I could have like a quote or something over here.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing more of the bullet journal, you could do your like your monthly or your weekly spread over here, or a tracker, or all of that. So yeah, there's a lot of just easy doodling that looks hard to do, but it's really not.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that one.
Doable.
Then I wanted to do a hand lettering thing. So I sketched out what I was going to do. It's "We grow fearless. When we do things we fear." Which I think is
cute.
I like that quote because
I like that.
I fear a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, the magic ink. I'm gonna have to make that into like
white.
a flower.
Or white.
Yeah. Or I'll just draw a flower.
Or a flower. Okay, so I need to think of my colors. Usually whenever I do any hand lettering, I use Tombow pens. This is the Fudenosuke pen, which I use all the time. Or like the brush lettering look.
I still can't say that. Fudenosuke.
Or I use the bigger Tombow when I'm doing bigger letters.
Right.
But I'm going to work in the acrylograph, which I haven't done before. So we'll get it going. I'm kind of feeling this purple. This is a nice purple. And then I was thinking I could also doodle around the page.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So with my hand lettering stuff, I do mostly like the cursive, and I'm not as good at just like the bold lettering that isn't cursive. So I don't know. I don't know about this because I've incorporated some of that in there. I think though this is another thing where at the end it's fine.
It's fine.
Like it's not a big deal.
Yep. Okay. May, June. Only 2 more months to go. Just have to line up the right days. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
So I'm just making these like semi-bold, like going over it a couple times.
Yeah. So I'm going to, in between my watercolor flowers here, I'm gonna write 20, 23. But before I do that, I'm gonna probably white paint that area that seeped through. Because I just don't think that'll be very pretty to write over the top of that. But my practice ones came out just fine.
Yeah.
But somehow...
Did you use different washi?
Oh, I did use different washi.
Yeah.
That
Some
will do
washi is thicker and some is thinner, so you just gotta double it up or test or...
Yep. Yep. Okay.
So, and I might add like some shading or something to that towards the end.
Yeah.
But I got my Wigro. And then for my brush lettering part, I'm using the Fudonosuke. And I'd like to go back in with some of the acrylographs and add either shading or something more.
Right.
And the thing with hand lettering is really, as you go up, it's thin, and then as you come back down, it's thicker. So you applied more pressure as you're going down. And like anything, it just takes some practice getting used to that feeling.
I have now 2 smudges.
2 flowers,
2
you mean?
flowers I'm gonna put there.
2 flowers.
Yes. Man, this ink. I love it, but also if it's on your fingers or something, you have to be careful. Gonna get everywhere. Okay, so they're all my dates. And that looks so nice and crisp and clean, except for my smudges. Don't look at those. Now I'm gonna go in with acrylographs and write out the months of the year. And I'm just going to freehand it. I practiced a couple times. I'm just gonna like kind of cursive it. Cursive it. Is that a verb?
Sure.
I'd made it into a verb. I think, are you gonna use this anytime soon?
No, you can.
Okay. So I'm gonna use this nice, like it's like a nice plum. Do they have like names for the markers or no?
I don't know. I don't think so. Just each set has a different group of colors.
I should probably paint that so that it will dry. So I'm gonna go in again with my washi tape so that I can make this nice crisp.
Actually, then I'll use my plum again.
Plum. We're just gonna call it plum.
Yeah. It is a nice color. Doing hand lettering with using the grid paper makes it a lot easier. Like even if you're not new to hand lettering, it just really helps. Otherwise, I would grab a ruler, draw out some lines. Where with this, I have to write, like so each of these letters are 2 boxes down, 2 boxes like tall.
Grids are nice.
And I can keep it all even.
Okay. I'm just gonna go in here. Paint it. That way it has a minute to dry. Guess I should have practiced with this washi tape, but oh well. Actually, it might look kind of cool to have these dots gone right here in the middle.
Yeah.
So that the year will
Are you
kind of
doing
stand out.
calligraphy year?
No, I'm just gonna cursive it.
Well, call it calligraphy.
Calligraphy. Yeah.
And then it's fancy. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to add some lighter colors in here because it's all pretty dark right now. I don't do a lot of hand lettering things like this. I'm more incorporated into other things rather than like a whole hand lettered page. But it just seemed right.
Just seemed right. Okay, I'll let that dry. And I'm going to go back over here with Plum and start writing my months, which makes me a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
If I mess up. Now, originally when I practiced this, I tried to like center my months on my boxes, and that was too hard to do. I think I'm going to left align all of them because that's way easier since they're all different lengths words. So I like to do a printed capital letter to start with, and the rest are cursive because it looks like fancier.
Yeah.
And I don't really like cursive capital letters. So
yeah. Usually when I do cursive capital letters, I Google it real quick.
Yeah.
So then I can just like copy one.
Yeah.
Because some of the calligraphy letters are so fancy.
Yeah.
I can't remember it all.
And then I'm gonna go back over my J and just make it thicker. And that's my little calligraphy. So super simple. It's just a thicker capital letter and the rest is cursive. Easy to do if you don't know how to hand letter.
Yeah, it does look fancy.
And then I go back over my and these dry pretty quickly too, which I like. So you don't have to worry about smudging. I have to think hard what month I'm on. March. Okay. And I like my letters to come out of the box just because it's fun.
Okay, there. So I got the main part of my lettering done. Now I think I'm going to make some things thicker and then maybe add some shading here and there. Let's see how it goes. So what I want thicker is already the areas that are thicker on these cursive letters. I'm just gonna go over them again to make them even thicker. Because that's really the brush lettering signature look.
The thicker,
Yeah. Having the lot thicker and then get to really thin. We're both concentrating.
I know.
So hard.
I'm halfway through. I'm in July. And I have to think really hard what comes next. August.
So what do you guys think you would do in a journal like this? I think just grabbing one to practice hand lettering would be cool.
Yeah, would you use it more as a planner? Would you use it more as a to-do list and
just a creative
doodle thing?
Journal for whatever you're feeling that day?
A little bit of everything. You know, maybe it starts out as like a planner and then you're like, forget it, don't want to plan anymore.
That's what happened
something else
with my last bullet journal. I started really trying bullet journaling, but I didn't do it. So now it's more hand lettering, doodles, and that's what I see using this one for too. Like, yeah, if there's a time where I want something tracked more, I could definitely use it for that. But that's not my main purpose for it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what I use this for. I think
Yeah.
this might be a little bit of everything. I think I'll do, some kind of bullet journal-y pages, but I think I'll just have some arty pages that don't have that.
Or even if you are more scrapbooker, or just
Or-
journaling.
Yeah, just journaling.
There were cards, Archer and Olive journaling prompt cards.
Oh yeah, those are
which
cute.
we were looking at, and they are pretty cool. It just gives you prompts of what to journal about. Because I think that's another. So like with scrapbooking, we scrapbook the photos, but you can't always put all of the memories there. So just writing out about whatever the day, the event, or anything like that, I think is pretty cool.
Okay, there are all my months. With a printed capital first letter. The rest is just cursive. So no like fancy calligraphy involved. If you can write cursive, you can do that. I'm waiting for this to dry. Get in there.
So I wanted to add like a little shadowing,
Ooh, fancy.
but I don't know what color. I might end up using this color again because it's just a good light color. Because I think the rest of the markers are going to be too dark.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use this. And then when I'm shadowing letters, I want to stick to the same side. So like just picture the sun. So I'm going to put the sun on this side. And so all the shadows are on this side of the letters.
Yeah, as long as you're consistent,
Yeah, it'll look right.
Right. If you're not consistent, if you switch up your sides, it might look a little off.
Like where is your sun?
Yeah. Where is your sun?
Yeah.
I'm gonna doodle some kind of like floral leafy kind of things. Just like a couple around my boxes to help cover up my smudges. And the easiest floral thing that I love to do is like, it's like a little loop on top, you make your stem, and then you make hearts all the way down.
Oh.
So then you don't have to worry about both sides like being even. You just make hearts down the stem, and it's super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just very easy doodle. So I'm gonna go in. Actually, I don't know what color I want to use. Maybe not that. Maybe I'll go back to. Maybe I'll do like this deeper green or gray, whatever this is. And I'm just gonna kind of go up around my box and just do what I said I was gonna do. Little like loop on top, and then you do hearts all the way down it. And then you can decide if you want to leave them open or like close them, so like fill it in or not. And that's like the easiest way to make little leafy things. Just imagine little hearts. So let's see, I'll put some on this side. And then you can make your stems kind of, go which way you want. Look for your page.
So here's how my shading is looking. I'm not sure if you can see it. It is light. But like nice, I added it on these, and then I still need to do here. Yeah. And then I'll also go add some highlight using the acrylograph, because they will show up on top of this black nicely.
Okay, I'm going to cover up this smudge over here.
And with my cursive pieces, I'm not worrying about the little lines and not giving them shading at all, because that would be too hard. And with them being so small, it's not likely that they would have some big shading anyways. So why make it harder?
Why make it hard? No.
So there's that. And then I wanted to pull more purple into it. Actually, I might make some of my lines on these letters a little bolder. Just so when I add some of that highlight, it'll show up better. So I'm not trying to go over my blue that I just added too much. So I don't want to cover up what I just did.
So relaxing just to make these little florals, leafy things, whatever they are. I don't really know what plant that would be, but
I do feel pretty
planty.
relaxed right now.
Yeah. I don't know what to do about that smudge. I guess I could just white it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I want a flower right there next to my letters. I'm gonna check on this. I might need a little bit more white on there. What do I do with my paintbrush? And then when that's dry, I will write 2023. Or should I do 2023?
In letters? Like
Yeah,
write
write it out.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
2023. I mean, it'll be a little bit longer, but I have the space for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fancy.
Fancy.
We're fancy
We're
today.
so fancy today. And my very smudged layout.
It's still a fancy journal. We're fancy.
Fancy.
And actually, what I was just thinking I might want to do is add the little serifs on these letters.
Oh, that makes it fancy.
I think it'll be fancy.
We need some tea with our
I know.
fancy selves today. Why can I not get this white paint
So
out?
to do that, it's literally just at the ends of the letters. I'm just drawing little lines. And I like that better.
And that's a really easy thing to add. Like,
yeah, so
again, if you have no experience with lettering, calligraphy, these little things are very easy to do.
things.
Yeah.
And they're just horizontal or vertical little lines.
And you could do it to just one letter too, like the first letter.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do all of them.
So you can see the difference adding the serifs on this row, where this row I haven't added it yet. So it just gives it a little bit more of a finished look, I feel like, that it was missing.
Yeah.
And if your pen ever stops flowing, I like to just go back to the blending palette and just get it going a little bit over there.
Or you sometimes need to shake it too here and there. And then the best way to store these pens are horizontal on their sides.
And they say to clean them after use.
Yep.
So you can take a wet cloth and just wipe off the nib a little bit, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
If your nib seems clogged, take it out. You can just literally pull it out and soak it in like a cup of water for, I don't know, an hour maybe. And it should be better. Good to go.
I also have these too. So Archer and Olive has these like sticker sheets that are blank, like you color them in. So I haven't used those yet either.
Now I'm going to go in with some highlight.
I only started coloring that one.
So I highlight the opposite side of what I shadow. So I shadowed my lower right. I'm going to highlight my upper left. And I don't do it all the way to the edge. I do it like a little bit in so you can actually see it. Because if I use this really light color, like right next to the white, it won't pop as much as if it's completely on the black. I want this to dry completely though, so I don't smudge it.
Okay, that looks better.
Yeah.
Now once that's dry, I will write that in. And I don't really feel like waiting. So I'm not gonna be able to get to it today, but my other idea was to ink a background. So with a stencil, and then go in and like outline it with. That looks really cool. Wonder if I have. Okay. So this is my other one that I started. So I inked it with some Tim Holtz oxides, and then I went over the outline of it with acrylograph pens. Isn't that fun? And then you can like switch up which pens you want to use. Either use one color the whole time or switch them up. I was switching them up here.
Yeah, and you can even doodle like inside it more, or yeah,
like dots or something.
Yeah.
Endless things you can do.
Yeah.
So that would be like my like a pretty page, and on the other side I would do like my weekly spread or something. Or I could do like a quote with it too, or like a month spread. Like February somehow on top. I don't know. Lots of
Or
ideas.
the same thing where you do like the washi tape in the middle to block some of it.
That would be cute too.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that on another page. Okay. Think this is good to write? Now I'm nervous to write in it.
Pencil it first.
Pencil things first.
Ooh.
I don't. I should, but I don't.
Okay.
I just go right in there because if I pencil it first, then I don't know. It like makes me
overthink it.
Yeah, I overthink it and I don't want to do it.
And then you
I
erase
put it off, and then yeah. No, I just go right in and I do it.
Ooh, fearless.
I know. Well, it makes me nervous, but so I'm gonna do this like deeper greener gray that I did my doodles with over here. What did I decide I was gonna do? 2023. Okay.
I'm excited.
Let me see how much room I need. 2023. So she's, I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm winging it. If I hate it, I'm painting over it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't stop yourself too much because you just paint over it again. It's not that bad.
Two thousand. Okay, 2023. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that did look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't too hard.
Cute. Not too bad. Okay. Now what else do I want? Some more doodles. Dots look really cute too. Sometimes I do dots around my stems.
Yeah, you can see with the highlights, if you can see it. I don't know how much you guys can see, but that's it with the highlights. We'll post some closer pictures of these two, and we always post our projects in our project gallery.
Yep.
So you can always get better looks at things there.
Yeah, and yeah, on our social media.
Yeah.
Usually that weekend we'll kind of post some stuff. I'm drawing some hearts in here because why not? Okay. Maybe some. I don't know. I should just stop while I write it.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's my year at a glance, 2023. Where did 2022 go? I don't know.
All right. I think I'm done with mine.
Cute.
I could add doodles around here. I could add some of the highlights in my more bold words too. I don't want to flip the page until it's dry.
Yeah.
I'll just hold it open.
Yeah.
I got my snowflakes.
You
So
did
I
a
still
lot.
I know,
I
yeah.
did just this.
So yeah, I want to add another snowflake, and then maybe I'll do like a snow quote.
Oh,
over
there you
there.
go. Or something cozy.
Yeah. And then I've got this
I like the
one.
circles. I want
Yeah.
to try some circles.
That one was pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it looks nice just having the white, because it's not what you usually see with the white as the drawing. So
Yeah, I like that.
that's pretty striking too.
All right.
So
Thank you for joining us.
And we hope we've given you some inspiration.
Yeah, and some tips for doodling and journaling, hand lettering.
Yeah, with it,
or like non-hand lettering.
and with it being a new year, this is the time to start
something
new stuff.
Yeah.
Keep a bullet journal this year, or
try something new.
Memory journaling, or start calligraphy.
Yeah. I need to practice my hand lettering more. But I like the easy way to do it of just cursive and just make one letter.
Yeah. It really does work. And
nice.
when you're doing it with the dot grid, you're keeping it all lined up.
Yes.
So, yeah, it really works.
It's nice.
Or what I like to do is just have your cursive and then just slant it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it looks
fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt very fancy today.
Me too.
This is a fancy journal. So
And we were pretty clean for the most part. Besides my ink splotches all over. All right. Well, we will see you next time. And we'll see you around.
See ya.